What up, what up, what up? Y'all know what time it is. It's your favorite show and your favorite people. It is I, DJ E.B. Marie.
And I am DJ Ricky Furiosa.
And this is another episode of Sisters of the System. What's good? What's good?
Well, y'all, welcome back. I know it's been 2 weeks since y'all have heard from us. We had a little Thanksgiving break, and low-key, it was needed. It was so necessary. Well, you are listening to KRSM, LP 98.9 FM Minneapolis. This is a social enterprise of Pillsbury United Communities.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not those that necessarily reflect KRSM, Pillsbury Community, and our community partners.
Yes. Well, welcome back, y'all. As I was saying, we had a 2-week break for Thanksgiving, and it was nice because, you know, EB and I are moms. So we had to cook, we had to clean and get the cranberry sauce ready for our kids. So it's nice.
I don't make cranberry sauce.
What? You don't make cranberry sauce?
No, I don't.
You don't buy it?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because my family is from Mississippi. We just
so
don't
is
eat
mine.
it.
We eat it too. We eat the jelly. We eat the sauce. Like, what are you talking about?
They never acclimated to the northern stuff. I introduced green bean casserole to them.
Oh, see, that's one thing we don't do. We don't do the green bean casserole.
Yeah, I introduced it to them. I'm like, this is what, look, I found this on, where did I find it? Pinterest. When Pinterest was popping. I found it on Pinterest. And yeah,
Girl, you
I
know my
love me
mom.
some green bean
She
casserole.
would never allow that in our house. Ricky, what is that?
Girl, I had to do it at my house for the first time for my grandma to try it, to think about it, you know? And then she allowed me to bring my own little, like literally, what would this be? A pan? Like, what would the measurements be of that size pan?
A 4x4?
That's what she would let me bring.
She said, come on now, Lisby. Bring a little bit of that.
She said, listen, I think me and you the only two that like this for real.
Oh,
I
no.
said, oh, well, I could just make enough for us.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you guys, we have a special interview in studio for you. We got a little news to hit you with before we start our interviews with our students and a local legend. Some of y'all may know 50 Tyson is in the studio with us today for an interview. So let's hit you with some news and we can get on with the second part of our show today.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, guys, there has been tragedies and crazy things happening, not just with the weather, but with our city. So at the U of M, there is a suicide that has happened that nobody knows about. It's not being talked about. And, you know, there was a video I seen on Instagram where like somebody was like doing their own personal investigation, and they talked to the people obviously on campus and that live on campus and stuff like that, and confirmed that it is something that happened. But what happened is the question and the mystery. Doom, doom, doom.
Yeah, that's terrible. I know I've heard some little bits and pieces on social media, and as more news comes out about this case, we'll definitely update you guys. I don't know. It's just been a little crazy all over the city in the last 2 weeks. I know I seen another post today that there was an ICE spotting in North Minneapolis. You had an interaction with them over the weekend, right?
Girl, so like I dropped the kids off at school, and then I came home and was in my parking lot, and actually 50 Tyson is the one that was tagging me in the live and was like in the live that ICE was on Payne Avenue on the east side, super duper close to where I stay. So, of course, my nosy behind got, reverse and not in our city. You better back it up. You better back it up. So as I'm getting into the views and opinions of this show don't reflect those of KRSM. But as I get closer and closer to the situation, it's insane, y'all. Like the police is blocking off everything, like 2 and 3 blocks away from where ICE is supposedly, allegedly hanging out at. And, if you know the east side and you know St. Paul, they were past that speedway that shut down over there, that old SA, and they had it blocked off at Hawthorne and Payne. Hawthorne and Edgerton, and then also Maryland and Edgerton. They were trying to block it off, and they were just trying to make sure the radius was making it hard for people to actually get there, because it was definitely like riot material for sure. There was a lot of people out there. As I was pulling in, it was chemical warfare. They were releasing gas into the air, and it was just like, oh my God, my throat is burning.
I know, you still sound a little hoarse today.
No, for real, like, it was definitely like, yo, what the heck are they doing? And what is going on? Because I didn't see anybody being violent, and it wasn't like a massive amount of people that were out of control. I didn't see that, at least. I mean, I think that if they were throwing things, it was things that were being thrown at them. I seen people kicking some of those cans, those tear gas cans, back at the police. But by the time I showed up, ICE was already gone. So they were like, we're not putting up and doing this. We'll come back later.
Yeah, they don't understand that Minnesota nice is only for so long. When it comes to our people, we ain't gonna be so nice about that.
Yo, I was watching something on Facebook, and I didn't get the whole video, so I don't want to say exactly what happened, but I will say that the lady that was speaking, she was calling our governor a wacko and saying that they are going to basically clean up Minnesota and get their money back for over 50% of the quote unquote fraudulent immigrants that have entered Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And and they're specifically talking about Minnesota, and I'm just like, maybe you think that's gonna happen because like you think you know what Minnesota is, but these people are not right, okay? We have to deal with negative degree weather every day for like 6 months, G. Do not test our gangsters.
Oh my God, that is so true. Because once summertime come around, we've been in the house lifting weights all winter.
We only get 3 months.
Literally, we finna go crazy on you. What are you talking about?
3 months to actually go outside, and you come over here messing with people and stuff and mixing up our passive aggressive style and our Minnesota niceness. We aren't gonna be too nice.
No, and I genuinely feel like, in the news we're mentioning another case where supposedly a Somali man killed a 12-year-old girl, and that's very sad. It's so terrible, but I feel like this
was it killed?
I believe so.
Okay. I don't remember. I just remember assaulted.
I think he either assaulted or he killed her. But I feel like, as terrible as that is.
I know.
Somalians they're pushing losing their rights and being eligible.
Their citizenship.
Their citizenship to be deported. And I feel like, they're going to be pushing these stories and these news articles where the Somalian people are the bad guys now, just like they did with the Mexican people when Trump first started putting up the walls.
Right.
They're going to be making these stories against them and to make it worse and worse.
And let us be clear that we're not saying the Somalian community is pushing their rights. We're saying the American government is pushing the citizenships and wanting to start looking at deportations towards the Somali community. Mm-hmm. And what happened, or not what happened in this situation, but something that happened in this situation, they're asking that this individual that did this assault is not, or they are saying that he's not quite acclimated to America and American law and American way, and that basically this type of behavior is acceptable over in Somalia, and give him time to acclimate, as he is a service member in the church and a service member in the community and a father and all these things that could be great. But it's like, even if you were American and born in America and you did something like that, like, we want to deport you too.
Yeah, well, you can go to jail for it.
Well, I'm just saying, we want to get rid of you. Like, we don't want anybody that thinks that it's okay to do that to anybody, let alone a 12-year-old child.
No, of course not. I just feel like these stories are going to become more and more predominant as they push this agenda that they're not supposedly supposed to be here. But I've had tons of Somalian friends, Muslim friends, who are nothing but kind and respectful people. And so these different cases where it's like, okay, he may have had this certain mindset or whoever the person is, that should not represent them as a whole.
As a community.
As a community. And I want people to understand that just because there's a bad apple and they're from this race, there's some ones in every single race that you look at. Like, I have Somalian friends who like my friend, she messaged me today and was like, I'm sorry I've been off social media because there's so much in the news about my people right now, and I'm concerned for my family. I'm tired of looking at people talking about us. I had to take a break from my socials because I'm feeling so down. And that's disheartening, because that's somebody directly who I've had multiple experiences with that has been nothing but kind and looked out for me and my family. You know, so I'm praying for everybody involved, and just y'all realize that that does not reflect everybody in their culture, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not what, you know, represents their community and their culture either, you know. I don't think that, I honestly don't like that his community is basically saying that it's fair to do this over in Somalia, because not everybody that's living in Somalia and comes from Somalia has that mindset and is doing something like that.
Yeah, and that's every country, every culture. It's like, you go meet some Christians, some of them ain't celebrating Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the reason that they use to ask for, I don't know, what's the word, the legal word for that, but to ask for something for the judge to not be so harsh.
I can't think of the word right now either.
Punishment.
I can't think of the word for it. Was it asylum? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it is that.
Yeah. Well, next thing in the news. What's going on, EB?
Well, you guys, we have had snowstorm, blizzard storm, windstorm, rainstorm that turned into snowstorm, and it is like exhausting. Okay, be careful outside. It is not getting warmer. It is only getting colder. I mean, it might get a little bit warmer, but don't let that fool you. That black ice is out there.
Okay, and for this weekend, y'all, it's going to snow tomorrow, and it's going to snow Saturday. And
I told you.
Probably going to be about -15 at the lowest. So put your coat on, put your long johns on, your gloves. You're going to need them this weekend.
I had to spend $300 this morning.
On gloves?
On gloves, a new coat for one of the kids, like some long johns. I have 7 kids, y'all, so it's not like one pair of long johns for everybody. Be for real. Like, I gotta get 2 to 3 long johns for each kid, and whatever else was there on sale and cheap, like some pants and some t-shirts and stuff like that. It was just like, dang, all this winter stuff. My son came home, and this, you know what? I need to take a moment to say this, and I say this with the biggest heart. If you are a teacher and you love your students, take the time. I don't care how much time. Please, please, please take the time to make sure that your student is going home with their boots, their snow pants, their hat, their gloves, their scarf, their coat. If it's at least, you know, right there with them and on them, ask a friend, one of the little kindergartner friends or one of the other friends, to help them put it on if, you know, he or she doesn't know how to do it. Because my baby came home without his boots, you know, yesterday, and his pants were soaked, like, up the legs, and he was freezing. He had an accident on himself because he was so cold. I know that's the only reason, because he was freezing, and he probably didn't even know how to, like, how do I hold it and hold this? Like, how do I hold my heat and hold my pee? And, you know, I just felt so sad for him that this morning I went dumb nut crazy, and like $300 isn't a lot, but it's a lot to me right now. I'm trying to get a truck.
$300 is a lot of money regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's 1/4 of a mortgage.
Girl, and yeah, it was just like, man, gloves, hats, scarves, like whatever I could get with that $300 for 7 kids to make sure that they was going to school and not going to be worried about, you know, sitting outside for 30 minutes to 45 minutes for recess and it's freezing. Especially my little kindergartner. I feel bad for them kindergartners.
Oh, my goodness. And you know what? A lot of the teachers are saying, like, okay, I understand. They have to know how to zip up their jackets. They got to know how to button their coats and tie their shoes. They're supposed to by kindergarten.
And he got the strappies because I know he don't know how to tie his shoes.
See, that's hard because a lot of teachers, they come with that mentality and they're like, well, if your kid doesn't know how to do these things, they're not kindergarten ready. And it's like, okay, well, some of them have problems with dexterity. Some of them have disabilities. Some of them have whatever they got going on.
I preached
to them. Put their shoes on. That's it.
I begged them. I said, he's not ready. He needs another year. Please. I just want to keep him home.
Yeah.
And then the social worker gonna grab me by the shoulder. She put her hands on me, Ricky. And she said, Elizabeth. She did. She said, Elizabeth, It's going to be okay. He's got all his brothers and sisters. He's going to get ready. He'll catch up. I said, but what if he don't catch up? I'm going to give him a month. If he don't catch up in a month, I want to take him home. He didn't catch up. And they talk about, you still need to send him every day. We don't want him to get truancy. Stop trying to threaten me.
Oh, my God. That's the hardest part. It's like, how you going to get mad at me for keeping my kid home because it's 15 below and y'all ain't canceled school. So now we get a strike.
Or because he might pee on himself or need help wiping his butt if he poops.
Oh, my goodness. See, we had the opposite problem. I begged the school district, please let her go a year early. She's so bored. She does not want to be there. She wants to go to kindergarten. See, that's unfair. Like, they'll force a kid who's not ready, but the ones who are ready, well, if your birthday's 1 month after school starts, a couple months, no, you can't go.
And I want to keep my baby home. I love my baby.
Man.
The first week I had to go, they would call me to let me know, like, oh, he might have pooped on himself, or, oh, he might need help in the bathroom. He must have got with the program real quick because they stopped calling.
Well, hopefully he acclimates soon, and they need to keep on that with the boots. And if you're a teacher listening to this, these kids, some of them, they just don't know. Remind them, put their boots on. That's all it is.
Please,
take a second.
Please. And I understand if they lose their stuff. I'm not mad at you. But, like, please.
Well, going forward, you know the holiday season is coming up, you guys. As you know, EB and I are hosting Toys for Tots. So if you signed up, please stay tuned for more information coming out about our Toys for Tots event. Yes. We will email everyone with all of the information as we get more information in.
Yes, Ricky and I are trying to do our first year with Toys for Tots this year, and we are waiting to figure out what is up, when is up, and what is down. So stay tuned for more of that. Well, I think it's time for us to jump right on in. We have a local celebrity in studio with us. I know you've heard the name. I know you've seen him doing his thing. And if you haven't seen him acting up on Facebook, good for you. 50 Tyson's in the building. 50 Tyson, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? Know what I'm saying, man? How y'all doing? How y'all been?
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Man, you know, it's an honor, man. It's all love, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's been a minute. It's been a long time, man. You already know.
Well, why don't you share with our listeners who you are and how long you've been doing music?
Man, I've been doing this music thing for like 15 years now. You know, I came up with the name of 50 Tyson at the age of 15 back in high school. But you know, at the time, you know, I wasn't doing no open mics or anything like that. I was just a normal kid, normal person, just living a normal life. People used to come up to me, like when I was working summer job, Teen Works, and then I went to Edison, at Edison High School football practice. People used to come up to me like, what up, 50? What up, Tyson? 50, Billy, And out of nowhere, I just took out the set, took out the mic, just called 50 Tyson. And then, you know, that's around the time MySpace was around in that era. And then, boom, you know, I stuck with that name a year later. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 16, I did a freestyle in the Kodak camera, freestyle in the bathroom. And boom, in 09, it was crazy, you know. And it ranked a lot of numbers a year later. I was featured on Touch.0 on the Comedy Central. I was featured on Ricky Smiley radio interview early in the morning. I was featured on Kevin Hart YouTube channel. He did a spoof of my I Ain't Gonna Lie freestyle. He was pretending like he was me. And then after that, rest was history, you know what I'm saying? And then another year later, 2010, I did a hit song, I Ain't Gonna Lie, with me featuring TG's The Unary Star. It ranked up like 12 million some views in one day. And boom, there you go.
Wow. So going back on something you said, they started calling you 50 Tyson. Is there a reason why? I might have missed that part. Is there a specific reason why?
Nah, it's just like they just said I look like 50 Cent, look like Mike Tyson, you know?
Yeah.
I used to get those jokes in the hallway. It was just like a name they want to call me, just something they want to call me. You know, I'm literally just Antonio at the time, you know, just living life, doing me, just as a normal person, you know. And then people just come up to me, what up, 50? Oh, you look like 50 Cent. Oh, you look just like that, man. You look like Mike Tyson with the eyebrows, with the facial, and, you know, with the teeth. And then, you know, people used to always crack jokes, you know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. And boom.
So you capitalized off those jokes and created 50 Tyson.
Yep.
50 Tyson.
50 Tyson.
50 Tyson.
And that's when 50 Tyson was born.
Wow, that's dope. I ain't gonna lie. I noticed the resemblance, but I didn't know if that was why. That's why I had to ask.
Is why.
I'm like,
That is the reason.
You do look like
That's
them,
literally
though.
the reason.
If you said them my cousins, I would not, blink an eye. I would believe you.
Oh yeah, a lot of people believe. Like, a lot of, if I would say something like that, a lot of people gonna believe it for sure.
No, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Well, a lot of people thought I was related to one of them, 50 Cent and Mike Tyson. I was getting all this type of feedback and all that. Yeah,
I love it.
It was too funny. It was too tight back then.
Well, you rose to fame in a very unique way. Looking back, how did your early viral success shape the artist that you are today?
Man, like how it shaped my success today. Like when I look at it today, I look at it like I made an image for myself. I made a wave. I started a wave for other people to follow whatever they doing to compress their dreams. And I feel like, if you can put your mind to it, do what you do, If you want to follow what I'm doing, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I feel like this, you know what I'm saying? I never thought I was going to be where I'm at today. But look where I'm at today. Just living a dream, living life.
I hope you hear that, Jalen. Jalen is one of our students, and he's interested in music. You hear that? Jalen's 17 years old. How old were you when you started?
I feel like I was at least probably 10.
And how about you, 50? How old were you?
Man, I was super young, man. I started getting the studio recorded at the age of 17, but I started going viral around when I was 16 on Kodak camera freestyle in the bathroom.
Hey, look,
That, right on time.
right at that age.
Yeah.
Well, as we know, Minneapolis has a really distinct music style from Prince and all of the greats that have hailed from Minnesota. Has Minnesota or Minneapolis influenced your sound in any way?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I do respect the older generation who made a way for our culture, man. Long live Prince. He was the first one to do it for Minnesota music. He made a way for others. Man, shout out to Annexus. They've been doing their thing since the 90s. I salute them. And I salute a lot of artists, man. There's so many big artists I can name right now. It's crazy in Minnesota. Because, Minnesota got talent. And some people I support, and some people I don't support. But I ain't going to say no names like that.
Period.
But,
Period.
yeah.
You heard that. That boy
You know what
50
I'm saying?
Tyson said, it's some people I support and it's some people I don't support. But I ain't saying no names, not like that.
Not like that. But I respect a lot of people, man. It's too many people. I see, Atmosphere, Brother Ali. I salute them. I salute, what I'm saying? I see, Lil James, Prince Riley, Mac Turner. I see them doing their thing for the culture. I see all of them, you know what I'm saying? The Ryan Rich kids, from Hot Cheese and Talkies from back in the day. I salute them for trying to put up for Minnesota. It's a lot of them, like Auburn, you know what I'm saying? All the names, though, I'm saying? All of them, man. Just
Period. And y'all need to remember some of them names because I ain't know some of them names. I ain't heard some of them names. So make sure y'all tap in with some of them names that y'all just heard 50 put out on the air because they represent for Minnesota and they put music out that got something to do with our culture.
Okay.
Already.
You've been in the spotlight for over a decade now. What's something about your journey that people still misunderstand?
Man, when it comes down misunderstanding, though, people don't understand, though, I was the first one to do it. I was the first one to say I'm from North South Twin City, Minnesota, because a lot of people don't even know what Twin City mean. When you talk to people outside of Minnesota, people are like, what's Twin City? And I'm be like, nah, Twin City just represent, man, St. Paul, because they the two biggest cities in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell people, I'm Minneapolis. And then that's St. Paul, that's over there, but I'm from Minneapolis. When I say Northside Zone, I represent North Minneapolis. I'm from that side, I'm from this area, But we do got the lower end, the higher end, but, I'm from the lower end of the north side, But, it's it get, a lot of people catch it, you know what I'm saying?
It gets busy on the north side.
Busy, so I come from that side of town, but, West Broadway, you know what I'm saying? You already know over north, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But one thing I can say about what people miss in Minnesota is Minnesota do got talent. We do got good artists here. We do got a lot of athletes here. We got everything. Like, I feel like Minnesota, we ain't, like, we don't get that respect as talk as much. Like, you hear about Atlanta, New York, California, and, like, you hear about overseas a little bit, Canada and stuff. But I feel like, because, I think when they first heard about me, oh, yeah, they was like, oh, dang, 50 Tyson. A lot of people didn't know I was from here until I started saying Twin City, Minnesota. And then, boom. And I'm like, damn, 50 Tyson. Oh, yeah, he's going to put me to face Minnesota now. Like, we finally got somebody to put on for Minnesota. We finally got somebody who's going to put it where it back, where we belong, though. They said they ain't had nobody like that in a long time.
Yeah, even like some artists that'll make it and be from here, they'll go to another city, another state and make music, but you still don't know that they're from here.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists believe that Minnesota tarnished their, like, it takes something away from their resume.
Yeah.
Like, having Minnesota on your back is like having a curse. I mean, like, honestly, if you really look and think about it, look at the Vikings.
Man, this was the worst Viking game I ever seen in my life, you know. They
we might be cursed for real.
26-0.
But y'all, you say the Vikings, but look at Prince.
I know,
is literally,
and Bob Dylan.
Okay, how many greats do we got here? Judy Garland, like all of the greats from the top. Like,
yeah, but didn't we have a Super Bowl back then too?
Yeah, it was
probably.
So maybe something happened. Like, maybe there was a turn of
the
events.
Vikings almost made it to the Super
when
Bowl.
Prince passed, there must have been a turn of events.
It's a transfer of energy or something.
And now we're cursed. We're cursed.
Just kidding. No, don't say that. Knock on wood. We're good. We still got that. What's that white comedian that was just here?
I don't remember, but I know that the Lord got my back, and what I need, He gonna send, and maybe not when I'm asking for it. Do you hear me say? But when I need it, He gonna be on time.
Okay. And you know what? We did skip our affirmation this week. So our affirmation this week, y'all, was I celebrate my progress, no matter how small. So whether you like 50 Tyson and you getting on Comedy Central, or you just got a 1.5K views, like my friend in the car was telling me earlier. His friend got 1.5K views. Celebrate it. And keep pushing forward to the next thing till you hit that next goal, because that's how you become a 50 Tyson or a Prince or a Bob Dylan. You keep on going, whether you failed, whether you got an A+ or an F. Keep going. Keep trying.
Well, like she said, whether you was on Comedy Central or on Sisters of the System 98.9, you got to celebrate, baby.
Okay. Shoot, if you got on Sisters of the System 98.9, you're lucky.
Pop you a bottle of champagne or something.
Or pop something. I don't know what, but pop it and be happy.
Pop that. Pop that. I ain't going to say the other word.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving back into the interview. What has been your proudest moment in music so far? Whether it was a really... You know what?
Ignore me, guys. Sorry.
How? Your big old bright pink suit over there.
Listen, I was trying to be Sister Pink today.
And that's so crazy because I didn't know that that's the color pink you was wearing. And
we match every single time. It's a bad thing. But going back to what you're saying.
Okay, so 50, what has been your proudest moment in music so far? Whether it was a release, performance, or a milestone?
Man, like, when it comes down performance, like, the most thing to do is, like, you know, like, when people know who I am and people screaming out the window for the Tyson, and then, that just lets you know, people still, that buzz is still around. That name is still here,
And they still rock with you.
People still rock with it. I just carried it as, like, whatever I'm doing when I'm performing, if I'm at this spot or if I'm over there, all right, cool, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to use that advantage, and then I'm going to just use it like, all right, cool, now I'm somebody now. Now I'm going to just use that like, hey, I'm 50 Tyson. Now what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? I might be on live, or I'm at the studio, or I'm at an interview like you see now, or so I'm going to turn up, do me.
Period.
You know
You've inspired a lot of people by staying true to yourself. What motivates you to keep creating and pushing forward?
What motivates me to keep forward is, like, the first goal is, like, try to entertain the fans, man, you know what I'm saying, and go live, you know what I'm saying, just to let them know how I feel about what's going on, because I be doing a lot of freestyles, just doing bars at the bars, and then, just keep the minimum going though. You know what I'm saying? Just try to drop some new, like far as music video, interview, whatever it takes, just to keep it going. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make the people go crazy. You know.
Well, as we get ready to close out our interview, are there any projects or any new music that fans or listeners can look forward from you coming soon?
Oh yeah, man, real soon, man. I'm working on dropping I Ain't Gonna Lie Volume 2 EP. It's gonna be mixed and mastered by Brian Carter from Brainwater Studios. Somebody might know him as Brainwater Films. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's coming out real soon. And then I'm working on another music video. It's probably gonna be called I Made It Love, I Kissed the Love, Made It Love For You. I'm finna drop a music video real soon. And then far as new songs, just stay tuned, man. You never know, man, because I'll be dropping some out of nowhere, out of the blue, man, with the tags and all that. But yeah, just stay tuned. And new freestyles too, yeah.
Well, 50, we appreciate you so much for taking the time to come out and talk to our listeners. Now, my last question for you. Any young listeners, anybody interested in music, people that look like you or don't look like you, do you have any advice that you would give to them off the top of your head?
Man, my advice for the younger generation and people who look up to me, what I'm doing right now, and also the older generation too, man, just don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Man, chase your dream, chase your goals, keep the minimum going, stay focused, stay out the way, and watch the traps, and, you know, just whatever you put your mind to it, man, stay focused, and the more you put your more to it, though, whatever you do as far as your music video, and everything, do one step at a day, one step at a time, you go blow up one day and go crazy.
Period.
Amen. Thank you for those beautiful words. EB, any closing words for you before we move on to our commercial break?
Well, I just want to say thank you, 50, for being who you are and who you've always been. Thank you for putting on for Minnesota and continuing to do your thing for Minnesota. I really appreciate you coming into Sisters of the System and embracing us, embracing me not only as a fellow artist, but as a homie. And I look forward to doing stuff with you in the future and having another interview with you probably later on down the line to see where you're at, how things are going with your EP, and what would be new with you.
Oh, yeah, man, it's whenever, though, let me know.
Well, we're fans and we'll be following. We'll be watching you.
No, low key, I messaged EB because you liked one of our posts on the sisters page. I'm like, what 50 Tyson doing liking our post? She like, I know 50 Tyson. I'm like,
man, I be showing love. You know, I be showing love to a lot of underground artists. I be showing love to the culture for all Minnesota artists, man. I just be showing love out of nowhere because we all in the same state. We all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, pretty much we're going to cross paths sooner or later. You know
yeah, no, for sure. We're going to cross paths sooner or later. And something else, too, I think is important for artists to know, you know, and having our student in studio today, it's extremely important to know. And for me to share, when me and 50 Tyson, I first had the chance to see 50 Tyson, and 50 Tyson had the first chance to see me. We were at the Red Sea. We were the last two people to perform. Cam Jones was the DJ. It was everybody's turn before us, and everybody had left the area where you stand to where the stage is. Everybody left the stage room. I was next. 50 was next,
Yep.
and we stayed. Like we did our show. So like I performed for 50. 50 performed for me. Like it wasn't there was nothing. The motivation wasn't the crowd. And that's something I need to share with y'all. You know, in that moment and in that night, that showed me that, you know, 50 is a true artist. He's really cares about his craft. And whether somebody's standing there and supporting him or not, he's still going to move and he's still going to do his thing. Mm-hmm. And that let me know, I got to get back. I got to get up on the stage and I got to do my thing. Even if it's only one person in this room, it don't matter. That can't move me. So I appreciate you for sticking around for my show. And I appreciate, you know, having the opportunity to have you in my presence and to be in yours. So
yeah, most definitely.
Well,
that's beautiful because low key, you know what? As an artist, you see that happening all the time where everybody do they set, then the people they brought and themselves, they leave afterwards. That is so beautiful, and that's such good showmanship. Listen, you got a double fan after this. That was so dope. Thank you.
And that was so long ago. That was like literally like 3 or 4 years ago. That was a really long time ago. And E.B. Marie wasn't as popping as she is now, and 50 Tyson's been popping, but it was so much, it was like a drama thing going on out in the parking lot, or something happened where everybody was like, skedaddle. Well, we still had a show and a mic and the stage, and the DJ was still playing, so we getting on stage and doing our thing.
This still gotta happen. Well, thank you, 50. And we're going to move on into a commercial break. And we'll be back with our interview with Jalen, one of our students. So he's an aspiring musician, and this is going to be really cool. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys.
Yes, stay tuned for Sisters of the System.
Dun, dun, dun. Hello, and welcome back to Sisters of the System. You just listened to Anything Could Happen by Ellie Goulding. Same Old Mistakes by Tame Impala, and the last song you heard was actually by one of our students who was in studio today. His name is Jalen, and the song was called Emotional Control.
Well, guys, it is I, E.B. Murray,
And I'm DJ Ricky Furiosa.
and this is Sisters of the System.
I was like, I know you're about to hit him with a skibbity toilet. I know you got kids, but don't do that.
Right now we on the 6'7", 6'7".
How tall is he? About 6'7".
6'7". Cecilia, can I go to Say's house? 6'7", 6'7"?
Oh my gosh. She kills me. Talking about, what's up, bro? I be like, girl, get away from me.
Talking about some bro. She had her phone taken away for the past couple of days because she's doing stuff that, well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm tired and I ain't putting up with nothing else, so I took it. And I go out of my room today from taking a very long deserved nap. She goes, I'm cleaning up the living room because I want my phone back. And I leave, and I had not given her phone. And then I get a phone call from Cecilia, from her cell phone, and I said, why do you have it? She had the camera flipped around already, talking about, I cleaned it. Look, it's all clean. Can I please have my phone back? I'm like,
These girls, I'm telling you. Well, Jalen, we just listened to your song, Emotional Control. Do you want to tell the listeners a little bit about that song and what it means to you?
So, Emotional Control. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, speak up a little bit for us. Let's hear you. Put some bass in your voice.
Okay, so, the mic.
Wait, we're having some technical difficulties.
Okay, so, emotional control, it means, like, for me, because I have, like, a lot of emotions that I go through, and I decided to, make a song based off of my emotions, and I was like, okay, let me find a beat that suits this. And I found the beat that suits it, my bad. And I was like, oh, this is a great beat. Let's rock with this one. And I just stuck to the song. It just made me feel comfortable. And I just started making more music afterwards.
Beautiful.
that is beautiful. What inspired you to start writing and recording music at this stage in your life?
Well, I was bored this one time at home, and this actually is this one guy. I'm not going to list his name because I don't know if he wants to be on the radio, but he's one of my sister's friends, and he makes music, and he has, I don't know if he's famous yet, but he's a solo artist right now, and he inspired me to make music. Cause I remember this one time we was making music in my sister's apartment, and I was like, okay, you can write that, you find the lyrics and the beat, and I'll just write some of my parts down, and we gonna put it together, see how it sounds. And then from there, it was like, you know what, I'm gonna just be like him, make music, just be my own self. So that's what started, that's what I did, to start making my own music.
Well, as some of our listeners may have heard, Jalen is 17 years old. Very talented. We met Jalen in our art class that we run every Wednesday. And Jalen, you can give him a prompt and he will come in and blow it out the water. Now, Jalen, with that being said, what has been the most challenging thing for you when it comes to making music and coming up with your own sound, especially at such a young age?
I would say, like, most of the people that I hang around with, like, I would tell them, like I made this music. Some of them will be like, "Oh, that's good for you," and it's not like a good choice for you. And I would be like, "All right, that's cool." That's one of the challenges. Like, then like telling people. Oh my gosh, my bad. I just don't know. And another challenge is like, well, that's actually basically most of my challenges right there. Just like telling people how a song is and trying to get the reaction. If it's not good, it's not. Because I like take it if it's not good, and it's not good, and I have to like reset my whole music. And it's like just seeing the people reactions. That's my fear or my challenge.
Well, I'll tell you, Jalen, I've been writing music probably since I was 7 and 13 years old, and writing rap songs since I was 18. And if I wrote my music contingent on whether or not the people around me would like it, I probably wouldn't be writing music. A lot of my views and a lot of my support comes from people I never met before. I'm not supported by my community as much as I'd like to be. And my biggest fan base has been Finland for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to think or to feel discouraged by the lack of support by somebody who might not even have a listening ear for music.
And to double down on what EB is saying, I'm a visual artist. You guys are musicians. I don't even get all the support that I would like. And, I have almost 20,000 followers on my TikTok. Most of the traction and the likes and the comments, they do not come from the people that are my friends and my family. In fact, they won't react, but they will comment in real life like, Ricky, I seen that crazy video you made. You was popping handstands and doing all of this.
Okay, why you ain't like it?
You ain't like the post?
Heart it, something.
So just remember that when you are an artist, people around you, a lot of times they will minimize it because for whatever reason, we ain't going to go into depth on that. We only got so much time, but they will minimize it. Reach out, branch out, and lean into the support that you get, whether it's from people you know or strangers. Lean into that support.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be 18 years old in a couple months, and then I think it'll be a good time for you to start putting your music and stuff on social media and letting people who maybe don't live in this city and state experience what you have to share and what you have to put out, because there's a niche for your music, and there are people who are going to mess with your music and appreciate your music.
Well, speaking of music, who are some artists or genres that you listen to that influence your music, and how do you hope to blend those influences into something original? Like if you like gospel, how do you plan to coordinate that into your music, or what genre that you lean towards?
I like R&B, hip hop, a little bit of K-pop. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so I was like I was saying, I like R&B, hip hop, and a little bit of K-pop. How would I turn that into something, into my music somehow? I haven't thought of one. My bad. I haven't thought about that yet. I'm still thinking about like putting my stuff out there and getting some interactions. But yeah, I don't really have a response for that one. But yeah.
Well, when we come back and we do another interview with you in 6 months, we're gonna have an answer for that. And if you have questions, you got Miss EB right here. She is a musician. You have me. I'm an artist. For any of the questions that you have, whether it's getting your stuff up on Spotify, you go to creator.spotify.com, easily upload your music. That's one step you could take in the right direction.
Yeah, and if you're listening and you are somebody who'd like to assist, lead, guide, mentor Jalen on his music journey, please reach out to the Sisters of the System Gmail. Of course, you'll have to interview with me and Ricky first because Jalen is our baby, and we want to make sure that we're putting him in safe hands and, appropriate hands. So, again, if you're somebody who would like to help mentor Jalen on his music journey, you have a studio and you like him to come and record in your studio and you'd like to, teach him a little game, let us know because we would love your support. And Jalen, you remember, E.B. Marie is always going to support your music. Whether I like it or not, that's not my choice. You know, it's your art. It's what you've put out there. And we'll find people that will like your music. You will find people that will like your music. It was put on your heart to create. It was put on your heart to write. Don't let nobody tell you that it wasn't. And don't let nobody change what you got to say.
All right. Thank you.
That's something we always talk about when we speak of you in private. You always are so confident and you're so easily able to speak what's on your mind and stand up for yourself. And we want to see you keep using that skill because that is a skill. So we're coming on our last 2 questions for this interview today.
Probably our last question.
Our last question. So what is a moment that made you feel like you are truly an artist, and where do you see yourself musically in the next few years?
Well, I see myself in a few years as a musician out there with some of the biggest creators. For like example, like Doechii, you know, love her music. I love the way she inspires others to keep going. What was the other question?
Where do you see yourself musically?
Oh, I think I just answered that question.
Oh, sorry. My first question was, what was a moment that stood out to you that made you really feel like an artist, even if it was today, being in the studio with us?
Being at home, my family, I guess. Just, you know, feeling the vibe, feeling the peace. The majority of that's like my vibe.
And that's probably what motivates you to get the art out and put it out.
Yes, I just have to be in a calm state of mind. So, like right now, I'm kind of shaking, but I'm in my calm state of mind right now. So, doing great.
So
and you got comfortable fast. Sorry, you got comfortable fast. Just so you know, you were nervous about this interview these last couple of weeks. You are doing great. You did great. And that's just how you know, as an artist, you're on the right path. It feels good to you, a little shaken up, but you still feel peace at mind.
Mm-hmm.
You belong in the seat that you're sitting in as an artist. Keep creating and keep producing and keep doing what you got to do.
And I will.
Hey, practice makes perfect. When it comes to these interviews, those 50 Tysons you see, they have interviews every day. Like he just left to go to another interview after leaving us.
The caboose.
So all them butterflies, they slowly get smaller and smaller. And with time, practice makes perfect. I'm excited to see what you do. And when you get that Spotify up, you let us know and we'll tell the listeners where they can find your music.
All right.
Well, guys, this has been another amazing episode of Sisters of the System. We'll see you next week.
All right. I am DJ Ricky Furiosa.
I am DJ E.B. Marie.
And I am Jalen.
All right. Good night.